What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we have a ginormous haul for you guys. I've been debating for a while if I wanted to film this video, but book hauls are one of my favorite videos to watch here on BookTube. So I was thinking, if I like watching them so much, I need to film one myself. But I was looking around, and since December I have about 30 books to haul for you guys, and these are only the books that I have not read that I've hauled. I've decided not to include the books that I have already read because I already talked about them either on like some wrap-ups or reviews or something like that. So in order to like condense this book haul, I'm only talking about the books that I have not read, and it's still about like 25. So yeah, but before we get started, if you are new here on my channel, please consider subscribing. If you like anything book related, book content, I do some book hauls, reading vlogs, reviews, wrap-ups, all of that good stuff. So subscribe if you think this is the type of content you will like. And let's get started. I'm gonna try to group all of my books. So I'm gonna try to talk about all of my like fantasy books and then some contemporary books, just so it's easier, so I can put some like timestamps down below so you guys don't have to listen to me talk about books for like an hour. So the first book that I have to talk to you guys about is this book, The Well of Ascension by Sanderson. I read the first book earlier this year in, I think it was January, so it's been a while now. And I loved the first book. I have a review on it, and I love the first book, so I really wanted to pick up the second book. It took forever to get to me because of like post was just really slow, so it took about a month and a half to get to me. So I did receive it, I think, in March, and I just really need to read it. This is the second book in the Mistborn trilogy. I really like the first book, so I really need to read the second book soon, hopefully. It's such a big book, and I have a fear of big books. So, but I did get the audiobook from my library, so I think I'm gonna read it soon. Even though I didn't really like the audiobook for the first book, I ended up reading it physically, so we'll see. But yeah, that's the first book. The next two books I want to talk to you guys about are in a series, and it is the Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom series. I did read the first one, but I didn't read this one yet. I got the pretty like luxe edition because basically just my bookstore was out of stock for all of these books, so I had to buy them online. I was like, why not? But this is a duology, basically in the same world as the Grishaverse, as the Shadow and Bones trilogy, which I read earlier this year and I enjoyed, kind of. This is a heist story about these group of people who basically are given a task and they have to complete it. I really like the first one, so I just need to read the second one. The next book I have to talk to you guys about is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is the fourth book in the A Court of Thorn and Roses series, I think. Basically, that's the main trilogy, and then this is like the spin-off series from that, but I think you have to read the first trilogy. I really enjoyed the first trilogy. I thought it was a good series overall, so I really wanted to pick this book up. This is following Nesta's storyline, which is the sister of Farah in the first trilogy. I'm really excited, but this is another big one, which I'm kind of intimidated by, but I'm excited to read it, and I've heard some good things and some bad things about this book, so we'll see. But hopefully I can read this one soon. So to continue on with the trend of Sarah J. Maas, I did buy Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. This is, no, that's not Crescent City. It's House of Hurt and Blood. Why do they put the series name so big? I don't know. But Crescent City is the series name. The book name of the book is House of Hurt and Blood. This is her first book in her newest series, adult fantasy series. I'm excited to read this book. It's about Fae. Once again, I think she likes Fae. I'm not exactly sure what this book is about. But once again, it's a massive book. So, and I don't know when I'm going to pick this book up, but I am excited to see what this one is all about. The next book I have to talk to you guys about is Legendborn by Tracy. Deonn. This is a really popular book here on BookTube. I've heard some overall really good things about this book with some few negative reviews here and there. So I'm excited to pick this book up. I got some really like Shadowhunters vibe with the like synopsis, which I'm not sure exactly if I'm gonna like that or not, but I'm really excited to pick this book up. This has been on my loose TBR for like months now, so I really need to pick it up soon, and I'm excited, and the cover is really pretty as well. I got the Fairy Loot edition, with the really pretty like inside this jacket. So I'm excited to pick this book up. Speaking of shadow hunters, I did buy this book. It's Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare at a used bookstore. It was like I think it was like $2 or $3. It was really cheap. And basically I bought this book because I kind of want to get into the series again. I did try the City of Bones series when it first came out, like literally I think the first book came out, and I read it and I enjoyed it, and then I read the second book and then I stopped there. This is the Infernal Device series. I think it's her second series. This is such a big like world and I'm not even sure how it works, but I heard some amazing things and I just want to try it out again, and I didn't want to pay full price for the books. So when I saw this at the secondhand bookstore, I kind of wanted to pick it up just to see if I liked this book better the second time around that I try this. I've never read this one though, so, and I heard this is the better series. If you read this series, leave a comment down below, let me know if you liked it or if you didn't, and if I could just read this book without having read the City of Bones series. So let me know in the comments down below. The next book I bought is So This Is Love by Elizabeth Lim. This is another Twisted Tale series. Earlier this year I read Reflection by Elizabeth Lim and I loved that book. It was a Mulan retelling, and so I decided to pick this one up, and this is a Cinderella retelling. And this is What If Cinderella Never Tried On the Glass Slippers, and I'm really excited about this one. Like I said, I loved Reflection and I really enjoyed Spin the Dawn as well from her, so I'm excited to pick this one up. I'm not a biggest fan of Cinderella though, so we'll see if I enjoy this book, but I'm excited to pick it up. I'm not even halfway through and I'm exhausted already. So now I have a few middle grade books to talk to you guys about. I don't read enough middle grade books, but I kind of want to get into it. So I have 3 books that I have for you guys, and these are all inspired by Gavin, How to Train Your Gavin's channel. So if you like listen to a few of his videos, then you probably know about these books. The first one is Nevermoor, The Trial of Morrigan Crow. First of all, this cover is like so cute. It's about this girl who has this curse and she's supposed to die on her like 11th birthday, but then someone comes and like brings her to this world, kind of Peter Pan, but not really, I guess, but a little bit. And Gavin seemed to really like this book, so I picked it up. It was on Book Outlet, I think. Yeah, it was on Book Outlet for pretty cheap, so I picked this one up. So I really got cut off and I'm not sure where, so hopefully I didn't miss anything. But the next book I want to talk to you guys about is this one, Root Magic by Deonn. Royce. This is another book that I picked up because of How to Train Your Gavin, mainly because of the cover, I will admit. So I'm not really sure what this book is about, but it's so cute. Like, middle grade covers have some of the best covers. They're really cute and I really liked it, so I'm excited to pick this one up. And then the last middle grade I have to talk to you guys about is Amari and the Night Brother. This is all over YouTube and everyone's raving about this book, so I had to pick it up. I think it's about this girl who loses her brother and she goes on this quest to like find him or something. I'm not sure, but everyone's raving about this book, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. Stay tuned for a reading vlog for these books very soon. So for the last set of fantasy books I'm going to talk to you guys about, they're all from Fairy Loot. The first one I have is Master of One by Jaida Jones and Dany Bennet. This was in their December book box. I think I have an unboxing on this particular box, and the theme of the box was Thick as Thief. This is kind of a fairy story. It sounded really cool. I have heard some mixed feelings about this book since, so I'm kind of about picking this book up soon, but the cover is really pretty. And then for my January box, I did receive Lore by Alexandra. This is a really popular book here on BookTube. It's Greek inspired mythology. It's about this game that happens like once every I don't know how many years in New York, and the Greek comes down. I'm not sure, but it sounds really good. I have heard some mixed feelings about this book as well, so we'll see, but I'm really excited about it and I love Greek mythology. So and this cover, I know people didn't love the cover, but I actually really liked it. And the spine is really pretty, like on your shelf. This is really pretty. The next book I have from Fairy Loot is this one, The Golden Flame by Emily Victoria. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what this book is about. This was in the sci-fi book, like the sci-fi theme. But on Goodreads, it doesn't have the best of reviews. But yeah, like I said, I have no idea what this one's about. It says in the back, change your fate, pay the price. probably should read the inside flap, right? Okay, so I think this is about this girl who loses her brother, and then in search of her brother, she like awakens an automaton, which I'm not exactly sure what this is, but he's like very dangerous, and it seems quite interesting actually. So I might pick this book soon. It's a short one as well. So the next Fairy Loot book I have to talk to you guys about is this one, The Bright and the Pale by Jessica, oh no, Rubinkwski. Sorry. Once again, I don't know what this book is about because I got it in a Fairy Loot box, so I'm not even sure what it is about. But it seems really cool and like very wintry. I kind of want to read it during winter next year. Okay, so this is it for all of the fantasy book I bought, and now we're gonna go into the more contemporary romance book I have to talk to you guys about. So the first 3 books I want to talk to you guys about are from this series, and it is Shopahalic Ties a Knot, Shopahalic and Baby, and Shopahalic to the Stars. I reread the first Confession of a Shopaholic book recently, and I really liked that, and I really enjoyed it. So I kind of wanted to pick the rest of the series up. I only had the first 3 books. I found them pretty cheap, so I just picked them up, and I will try to read this series hopefully pretty soon. The next book is a thriller book, and it is The Night Swim by Megan Goldin. This is a book that has been going around on BookTube, I think last year, like at the end of last year. I think it was one of the pick for book of the month. So I think a few people were talking about this book, and I found it on Book Outlet, so for pretty cheap. So I picked it up and I wanted to read it. I thought the concept was really cool. It's about this girl who has a true crime podcast, which I love. I think we all love true crime podcasts, and it's about rape culture, and I'm excited to read it, but I am nervous to read it as well because I heard this has some graphic scene. But yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. The next book I have to talk to you guys about is a romance book, and it is The X-Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This was a new release this year. This sounds really cool as well. It's about these 2 radio hosts who has to pretend that they're exes to get this radio show, and they probably fall in love or something. I don't know. But I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really cute, and I've heard some good reviews on this book. So the next book I have to talk to you guys about, I bought at a secondhand bookstore, and it is Trick by Ellen Hopkins. Can you see that? It's clear. It's not very good. But yeah, it's Trick by Ellen Hopkins. I've read a few Ellen Hopkins books a long time ago, and I enjoy them for the most part. So I kind of wanted to, when I saw this one for pretty cheap, I wanted to pick it up and read it. Her books are written in verse, so they're pretty easy to read, even though they're like super big. And her books often deal with like some really hard topics. I just wanted to pick it up and see what this one is about. The next book I am going to talk to you guys about is The Four Wind by Christian Hannah. I've never read a Christian Hannah book, and I really want to, because I mean she's all over BookTube and people are raving about her book. So this is her new release, and I picked it up because it was on sale. That's basically the only reason why. And this is about the Dust Bowl in Texas, or yeah. I am from Canada, so we didn't really learn of that, but I'm excited, and I saw Gabby Reeds do a reading vlog on this book, and she really liked it, so that's why I picked it up. The next one I want to talk to you guys about is another Kristen Hannah book, and it is The Great Alone. Basically I asked on a Facebook group or somewhere which Kristen Hannah book I should start with, and a lot of people said The Nightingale, but that's a Second World War historical fiction, which nothing against them, but I just feel that there's so much of them. I wanted to try something else, and this is from the Vietnam War, I think, which I think is going to be interesting. I don't think I've really read anything about that, like specifically about that, so I'm interested, and this is set in Alaska as well, so I'm excited to see what this one is about. And a few people said that this was their favorite book of hers, so that's why I picked this one up. The next book I have to talk to you guys about is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This cover gives me a headache every time I like look at it. But this is, I'm excited about this one. So Blake Crouch is really popular here, and I've never read any books from him, and this is a sci-fi book, I think. I probably should have included that in the fantasy book. I I wasn't sure if I should start with this one or Recursion, I think is his other book that's really popular, but this is his oldest one, so I just decided to pick this one up, and I'm really excited to read it. And stay tuned for next month because I am planning on reading this next month. Next book I have to talk to you guys about is a romance book, and it is People We Met on Vacation by Emily Henry. I just picked it up because I thought it sounded really interesting, and Emily Henry is the author of Beach Read, which I haven't read yet, but I was excited to see this one as a choice for book of the month, so I just picked it up. So next book I'm actually really excited, and it is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Menacella. I'm really sorry. I'm really excited about this one. I had never heard about this book before I saw it on Book of the Month, but I read the description and it sounded really cool. It's about this like girl who ex-boyfriend dies in her restaurant, I think. So like obviously people are thinking she did something, and Gabby reads once again talk about this book as one of her most anticipated release of the year, so I picked it up. I'm really excited about this one. Next book I have talked to you guys about is In a Book Club Far Away by Tiff Marcello. So this was the March pick for Book of the Month. I will tell you a little story. I live in Canada, so Book of the Month does not ship in Canada. I asked them on Instagram if they would consider starting shipping internationally, and they kindly responded no. So basically what I did before this year, I live like 20 minutes from the border, so it's really easy just to have like a PO box in the state, and I would just go there and pick up my books, and that's what I did. But pandemic hit and border closed, and I kind of just let my credit roll for a while, but I just realized border are not going to open back again, so I actually just shipped them to a PO box, like a company, and they shipped them to me. It is not as good of a deal as you guys in the US, and when I used to be able to just go myself pick them up, but it's fine for now. I kind of wanted to cancel my subscription because, like I said, it's not as good of a deal for me now, because obviously that company takes a markup on the shipping costs, so it's not as good of a deal. So I wanted to cancel my subscription. Book of the Month is really hard to cancel. You have to like email them, and they take a long time to respond, and I don't think they like ever responded to me, and then I kind of just whatever. I'm not paying more than what I would pay, but it's not as good of a deal, so it's fine for now. Anyways, that whole story is to tell you that in March I didn't want to roll back another credit for the next month because I wanted to cancel my subscription, so I just wanted to pick a book up, so that's why I picked this one up. But it sounds pretty cool. This is about a it's like an Army Wives thing, which I loved the show Army Wives. It's an older show, so I don't know if you guys know about it, but I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was interesting, so I picked this one up. I will read it one day, but I'm just not in a hurry to read it, basically. So but yeah, it sounded really cool. So, and finally, the last two books I have to talk to you guys about are these one. This is Well Met by Jen DeLuca and Well Played by Jen DeLuca. So basically what happened is one day I was really feeling kind of down and not super happy, so I went to the bookstore like someone would do, and I picked this one up because it was bright yellow and it made me happy. I thought it was really cute, and then come back home and come to realize this is a series. This is the first book, so I picked this one up from Book of the Month, and so I have the first two books in this series. This sounds actually really cute. This is about like a Renaissance fair, and it's a romance book. It kind of reminds me of this sister in Gilmore Girls. If you know the show, then you know what I'm talking about. Not the storyline, just the fact that it's a Renaissance fair, and that's the only reference I have for Renaissance fair apparently. But I'm excited to read this one. I've heard some good things about this series, so I'm excited, and these bright colors are making me excited. So that's it, guys. This is all of the books I have bought since December, and I still have to read. It's a lot, I know. I am on a book buying ban, which you can probably not tell since the amount of books I have on my floor right now. But I've been on a book buying ban since March, but there are some few books that I am allowing myself to buy because I know myself, and if I just say I cannot buy anything, I'll just go all out and I'm gonna buy everything. That's pretty much it, guys. Have you read any of these books? Let me know in the comments down below which one I should read first and which one you enjoyed the best. I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night depending on when watching this, and I will see you guys in my next video.